What's wrong with me?
Alright, Abby's making pancakes
Dude.
Monday.
If Abby makes everybody pancakes, should be like enough for them to jump off and kill themselves.
Head first, yeah.
Let's give the people what they want.
Okay.
I have an app provided to us by our director called not just one Bigfoot. I refuse to believe it's just. Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be discussing the paranormal. Are ghosts real? The paranormal has always been a topic of intrigue, but with the popularity of shows like BuzzFeed Unsolved and Ghost Adventures, the topic has been more popular than ever. We'll be discussing ghost hunting later on, but first, let's get right into it.
So what I find interesting is the evidence that these shows try to hand us. It's just not substantial, Shawn. It's all got to be faked, or most of their evidence is actually just mishaps, like the crew getting in the shot or something.
That's pretty cool. But Billy, tell us how you really feel.
I think it's real, okay? I think ghosts are real.
Are you a flat earther?
No, I am not. I swear. I don't.
All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back, so don't change that channel.
Why are you playing that game all alone?
Because I have no friends.
Well, I know how to fix that. You can have a friend with the new imaginary friend in a box. It does all the normal things friends do, just without actual social interaction.
Wow, that's great. Now I don't have to be alone anymore.
And no one else has to be alone anymore either. With just 3 easy payments of $19.99, you can have your own imaginary friend in a box.
Have you ever wanted to learn how to draw? Well, now it's easier than ever thanks to the Instant Art Pencil, the pencil that lets you create effortless artwork. Before I found the Instant Artist Pencil, it took me 10 whole minutes to draw a quick sketch like this. But with the Instant Art Pencil, drawings like this only take me 5 minutes. It's the best art tool I've ever purchased. It had me drawing like Da Vinci in minutes. Just call the number on your screen and the Instant Art Pencil can be yours today.
Have you ever struggled to see regular playing cards? Have you ever misplaced cards from the deck? Well, have no fear, because right now you can purchase your very own jumbo deck. This versatile cards are easy to read and keep track of. Playing card games alone or with friends are better than ever with this jumbo deck. Why settle for boring regular playing cards? Make your go-to deck of cards exciting and buy your very own jumbo deck by calling or going online today.
You love making pasta but just can't get it right? You forget to set the timer, or you try to strain your pasta and it falls out? Well, I have just the pasta maker for you. This pasta comes with self-timers based on how you want your pasta. Al dente is the way to go. It also has a built-in strainer that you open and close with just a push of a button. For the best pasta maker ever, just call the number on the screen or visit us at www.bestpastamaker.com.
I had trouble figuring out the next song to play, always flipping through your playlist to get a song to match your mood. Well, Keenan Irvin here with Mood to the Beat. Mood to the Beat headphones chooses a song to play based on the mood that you're in. Want some chill vibes? They'll play some Bon Iver. Want to dance around? They'll play some Diplo. Mood to the Beat headphones are only cost 3 payments at $79.99. You'll be moving to the beat in no time. Call or go online to moodtothebeat.com and order today.
I'm never going to finish this project.
Ever find yourself lacking inspiration? Or turning in all of your assignments late?
This assignment is going to be so late.
Well, not anymore. With the Idea Pad, you'll have instant inspiration, no matter what the project is.
All right.
You'll be amazed at the things that you'll create, all in a matter of minutes. Ideas Incorporated is not responsible for any cramping of the hand or offensive content created while using IdeaPad.
Welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing the supernatural. Now, I personally believe in Bigfoot and aliens, but not so much ghosts. Billy, on the other hand, is a firm believer. Now, Billy, have you ever had an experience with what we call spirits?
Not a lot. I've had some encounters, but not like full on, like something that would like really rattle me to my bones. There was maybe 1 or 2 occasions, but one time was I was like, my grandma passed away when I was 5, and when I was like either 9, 10, or 11, And I guess I was thinking about her before I went to bed, and she popped into my dream one time, and she was just like, just want to pop in, say hey, miss you, I'm watching over you, I'll always be there. And then in my dream, I just remember being, okay, I love you too. And I was just like, this is freaky. And then I woke up and I was like, this is freaky. So that was definitely probably one of the more disturbing ones. The most disturbing one was probably about a year and a half ago. My friend was going to Florida State, and so she left a week earlier than everyone else. And so then me and my friend we were driving to the gym, and then after that we were driving past her house to go to Tropical Smoothie. And then on the way back from Tropical Smoothie to get to my house, because we were going to hang out, we decided to take a picture of her house on Snapchat. And before I hit send and I lost the picture, I noticed there was a face in her window of the front door. And I was like, I gotta save this. I showed it to my friend. He goes, well, put that away, because he gets very scared very easily. And so I sent it to her, and then I sent it into a group chat that has her and a couple other friends that we're close with. And she goes, oh yeah, I know I told you guys this, but there's like a friendly ghost in my house. And I was just like, no offense, but I'm gonna be very cautious going to your house for the future. I might bring some holy water, some salt, but I'm friendly or not, this is just scary stuff.
Yeah, that's not something you can just casually say.
About
I have
it.
a
Yeah.
ghost in my house. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, because I remember she's told me about it before, but I have a short attention span, so I was probably talking to my friend, but she was telling us about it or something like that. So there's that.
Right. So I'm not that big of a believer in spirits. I know they exist because there was one time when I was 7. It was like right after my sister's 16th birthday or something. And I was asleep and I got touched on my back. Like I got poked. And I asked everybody in my house about it. I was like, who did it? My mom, my dad, my brothers, and my sisters. They were like, yeah, no one touched you. We weren't even in the room. But I was touched because that woke me up, and I was really scared because I was like, what happened? There was no one around me. So I guess it was a spirit, but I'm not like a hardcore believer like spirits like are actually gonna like follow you or do something bad to you. I think they like just send you like.
I only think if the spirit was from an evil person, then that spirit would do something bad. Because I feel like they would be like when they die, they didn't atone for their sins, or like they feel like they died in a way they shouldn't, so they want to come back for revenge, in a way. I
don't think that's how bad spirits would work. I only feel like spirits would be there to like send you like
messages.
You're right.
Yeah, I don't believe in full body takeovers.
Right.
Like if like in Danny Phantom, where he turns like see through and then he phases into you and then he can control your body and talk as you and stuff like that. But like that I don't believe in.
So my parents used to do this thing and it confused me. It was like only a few years ago too. Like something bad happened to them, and I'm not sure what it was. They never told me, but they said because of that, they think spirits are trying to enter into a house. So what they would do is they would walk into the house backwards so that spirits wouldn't follow them in. I'm not sure how that even works, but
how long was this for?
They did this for a while, like
walking back inside the house.
Every now and again, like they'll just tell me like walk backwards, and I'll be like, what? I'm all right, whatever. And I walk backwards, and then my dad, he would get like a bucket of ammonia and like just leave it in the house just to like scare the ghost away.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works. I don't really believe in stuff like that. I think like if they like there's good and evil spirits. However, I believe like they'll just send you messages in your dreams to try and influence things that you do. I don't think they'll just come in the house and like cause a rampage or something.
Right.
Start like writing stuff on the walls or flipping your stuff around. Like
right. Yeah.
I don't think
like in Paranormal Activity movies.
Right. I don't think that's a thing. But moving on from ghosts, how do you feel about aliens?
I am also a believer about aliens. I also have a story about that. Aliens, I feel like if aliens were created before mankind, because mankind has only existed for something about like, I don't want to say those numbers because I'm definitely wrong, but our technology and stuff would not be as advanced as other civilizations on other planets.
Right.
Not to mention, there's more than one galaxy. Like, we're in the Milky Way galaxy. There could easily be another galaxy, and they could have the technology to cloak themselves or just to hide themselves so they don't become discovered. Right. I mean, I know sometimes like people say like, oh, I see pictures, I saw floating like spaceship and stuff, and there's pictures of it and stuff. Stuff like that could easily be photoshopped, but even stuff like back from the 1930s, there's no computers back then, so you can't even really Photoshop. There was a time where me and the same friend that was driving past the girl's house to send her a Snapchat of, we were at the golf driving range. We just hitting some golf balls, and then we saw like an orange dot. And like, you know, it was something very similar out of like a movie where we were like, oh, that's a cool looking plane. And then it started moving in a way that planes can't really move. Like a plane can't really move side to side that rapidly without, you know, going like a slow turn.
Right.
Their planes can go up and down faster, but this object was moving sporadically in a way that a plane and even a jet can't really maneuver quick enough.
Right.
Like, because like plane will take like 10 seconds to do a turn. This thing was like going straight and then just left. Like there was no turning. So we actually stopped golfing and we went into his car and we started following it to see like if we can get a closer look at it. And we started to get a closer look at it, and it became like a brighter orange dot, which started to get a little scary. And then what happened was it like went over a tree, and when we turned around the corner to make a right to see if we could follow it, it was just gone. So that was probably the closest alien experience I've had.
Now, I've never had an alien experience, but I do have a theory about aliens, and I'm not crazy. I believe this is real. Right. So, I believe that aliens came on this planet, but we're actually aliens. We're the aliens. We came from some faraway, distant planet, along with other species like Bigfoot. Bigfoot and us humans came to this planet, and there's this thing called the Permian extinction.
Permian extinction.
Yeah. I believe we...
Don't laugh, we're not crazy.
I believe we came to this planet and caused that extinction. Us and a bunch of Sasquatches, we caused the extinction where 97% of the Earth's population of other species were wiped out. We caused that. We are destructive people. I believe we are the aliens. We came from some planet that we couldn't inhabit anymore, lost our memories, but we damaged this planet so much that 97% of the Earth's population was destroyed. So we are to blame, us and Bigfoot. And you can't tell me Bigfoot is not real. There's plenty of Bigfoots out there. We just can't find him because he doesn't want to be found. There's Bigfoots out there.
I don't know how much I go with like the Permian extinction thing of how like we're all from another planet.
Right.
But what I do agree with you though is the belief of mythical creatures is cryptozoology, and I am a firm believer of that. Because I mean, we actually, ironically, how we just talking about aliens, we know more about space than we do about our own planet. The ocean has only been explored about 3-5%, and the space is almost, they say, is completely explored with like the satellites and stuff. So if we only know 3% of our ocean, we have smartphones, we're having self-driving cars. I feel like we should be able to find out more about our planet, and it's easily, if these creatures have been along around as humans,
Right.
they could easily develop ways of staying hidden, like the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot. I am a firm believer that the Megalodon still exists, and sometimes demons. Like the Chupacabra, believe it's real. The Jersey Devil, believe it's real. Loch Ness Monster, real. Megalodon, still alive. And yeah, I'm a firm believer of cryptozoology.
Well, you mentioned demons. So what do you think about demons?
Demons are pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Now, as I say that, I mean, demons are very similar to corrupted ghosts and spirits. So, I mean, I really don't want to dwell on demons too much because, I mean, they're very similar to ghosts in that way because they're just demonic spirits,
Right.
hence demons, demonic. And so that's what I think about demons.
Yeah. So I heard a rumor from somebody, and I can't name their name, but I heard a rumor that all demons originate from New Jersey. Now, so I don't really, demons are a thing yet, but they're just like we talked about earlier, evil spirits. Now, I think demons are a little bit different though. They can they can manifest into like a physical form. Like I believe demons are spirits that can kind of take over somebody's body and try to do like evil stuff, kind of.
Evil influences.
Right. I don't believe like they're going out like killing people, but I believe like demons are taking over and like now this person's acting a little crazy, a little different. Like I don't like, you ever seen like The Exorcist? I believe that's like a really extreme
Case of it.
case, but stuff like that I believe are actually real. So we'll be right back with more topics like this, so stay tuned.
Don't you hate it when you're trying to read a book at night, but it's just too dark? And then you're out in the sun and you can't read either because it's too bright? Well, I have the solution for all those who struggle with that problem. Try these goggles, 24 Vision. They adapt to your time of day and you'll never have to worry about being able to see anymore. Try this superior technology that combines both night vision goggles and sunglasses for only $100.
You love making pasta but just can't get it right? You forget to set the timer or you try to strain your pasta and it falls out? Well, I have just the pasta maker for you. This pasta comes with self-timers based on how you want your pasta. Al dente is the way to go. It also has a built-in strainer that you open and close with just a push of a button. For the best pasta maker ever, just call the number on the screen or visit us at www.bestpastamaker.com.
Have you ever struggled to see regular playing cards? Have you ever misplaced cards from the deck? Well, have no fear, because right now you can purchase your very own jumbo deck. This versatile cards are easy to read and keep track of. Playing card games alone or with friends are better than ever with this jumbo deck. Why settle for boring regular playing cards? Make your go-to deck of cards exciting and buy your very own jumbo deck by calling or going online today.
Why are you playing that game all alone?
Because I have no friends.
Well, I know how to fix that. You can have a friend with the new imaginary friend in a box. It does all the normal things friends do, just without actual social interaction.
Wow, that's great. Now I don't have to be alone anymore.
And no one else has to be alone anymore either. With just 3 easy payments of $19.99, you can have your own imaginary friend in a box.
I had trouble figuring out the next song to play. Always flipping through your playlist to get a song to match your mood. Well, Keenan Irvin here with Mood to the Beat. Mood to the Beat headphones chooses a song to play based on the mood that you're in. Want some chill vibes? They'll play some Bon Iver. Want to dance around? They'll play some Diplo. Mood to the Beat headphones are only cost 3 payments at $79.99. You'll be moving to the beat in no time. Call or go online to moodtothebeat.com and order today.
Have you ever wanted to learn how to draw? Well, now it's easier than ever thanks to the Instant Art Pencil, the pencil that lets you create effortless artwork. Before I found the Instant Artist Pencil, it took me 10 whole minutes to draw a quick sketch like this. But with the Instant Art Pencil, drawings like this only take me 5 minutes. It's the best art tool I've ever purchased. It had me drawing like Da Vinci in minutes. Just call the number on your screen and the Instant Art Pencil can be yours today.
Let's give the people what they want now, shall we? Billy, we're going ghost hunting.
How are we going to do this, Shawn?
We're going to be using the Ovulus provided to us by our floor manager, Kiana.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Kiana.
Kiana. Now, this app reacts to any change in the electronic waves of an environment. So the best way to do it is by sitting down and letting it do what it wants. So, here we go. On button. Now, it may take some time for it to, start, but it does this. I promise you. I'm not trying to fool you guys.
It says stuff.
It says things, creepy things. Right. So, in the meantime, how do you feel about space in the ocean? Because you talked about it earlier.
Yes, so we know more about space than we do about our oceans.
Right.
Because we've only explored 3%, and the Earth is comprised of 70% of water.
Right, but space is infinite, so how could you say that?
Because we know more about our own galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, which is the galaxy we are currently in. We know more about that than we do about a planet who's not even close to taking up 1% of the galaxy, which I find is a bit fortuitous, if that's a word.
I don't know
if that's the
words.
word I'm even looking for. But because, I mean, we've only
Wait a minute.
A lot of people aren't funding.
I'm sorry to
research.
cut you off, but it appears that the Ovilus has picked up 2 words. It has said maximum and cannot. What do you mean by that?
Can you elaborate or say another word that could?
This thing takes its time and it does what it wants, so we can't really force it to say anything.
Right. Sorry, Spirit, if you are here, because we have been told that a spirit from Hawkins traveled with some students to here, and we now have a ghost in here.
Well, he feels like you're a threat because that's what it just said.
I am sorry. I did not mean that as an insult.
I don't know. You might be done for here. Thinks you're a threat.
You wouldn't kill someone in a shark onesie, would you?
I thought you were an actual shark.
No, I get the misconception a lot.
Oh, darn, man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Now I can't believe anything you say now. Now I believe that the ocean's been explored more than space. Now that you lied to me like this.
Lies. But yeah, so funding has only recently started for the exploration of Earth. I mean, not that it's just started, but there's not much funding going into the exploration of our own oceans than there is space.
I mean, how could we explore the oceans though? Because
you need pressurized, compressed subs, which are very expensive money. You need a crew to monitor the diving mechanics. To build the sub, you need a team to run the ship. It comes down to a lot of money. You need the right people that are experienced in marine life, mechanical engineering. It's just a whole elaborate ploy.
Because we haven't explored much of the ocean, what do you think is down there?
Definitely the Megalodon. I definitely think it's still alive.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. I mean, because the Megalodon was believed to have gone extinct like 5 million years ago, something like that. And not recently, but within the last 10 years, we found a tooth that was carbon dated, which means how old it is, was discovered to be less than 10,000 years old. So that means that that Megalodon survived 4,990,000. No, sorry, 4,999,990 years earlier than what it was carbon dated to be.
All right. So this ghost or spirit or whatever appears to be really shy. So I think that's it for this. But we're not done with the show. We're going to keep talking. We're going to keep talking about all of these supernatural because there's so much to talk about. So now that we've had our talk about oceans, let's go back to Bigfoot. What do you think about Bigfoot?
Bigfoot, I do believe he is real. He is estimated to be also that of the primate family, and primates are known to be very smart. As the show on Animal Planet says, Finding Bigfoot, they use tools to hunt, they care for their young, they create nests, so they are intelligent creatures. They use tools, they use they use logs to hit trees and connect with others. They send out howls and stuff to communicate with others. This is just the show. I don't have any experience with this. So I do think that if a creature that's been speculated as long as Bigfoot, I do believe that it could hide from us, especially because its fur would probably be more that of, like, it's similar color to the environment. Like in the forest or woods, there's a lot of browns, dark colors. So I feel like if a Bigfoot has a dark colored like pelt, I feel like it could still hide from us.
I believe Bigfoot is real too. I believe Bigfoot hasn't really been found because it doesn't want to be found. And it's not just one Bigfoot out there. There's several. It's like a whole, like maybe like a whole clan. I don't know what the word for it would be.
Family tree.
Right. There's like a whole Bigfoot family out there, maybe in North America, maybe in other countries or continents. However, there's too many species out there to just be like, yeah, well, this couldn't be real. Like I said earlier, I believe us and a bunch of Sasquatches came to this earth, wreaked havoc and destroyed a bunch of things. There isn't proof yet because we haven't found all the species on this planet yet. For us to say that would be a lie.
Not to mention, they say every like 5 minutes, there's 1 or 2 species that goes extinct. I'm like,
Right.
how can you estimate that? Like, you can't, unless there's scientific fact about that.
Exactly.
Because an estimation could be way off. Like, I can estimate, like, that phone's going to fly off the table by its own cause
Right.
within the next 30 seconds. If that phone doesn't move within 30 seconds, my estimation is completely wrong.
Right. Well,
That's a good point. Yetis are, aka also abominable snowmen, are, would you say they're like another class of Bigfoot?
yeah, I believe they're a part of the Bigfoot family, Sasquatch
Right.
family.
Sasquatcho.
Right. I believe those are real as well. Like, I guess they would be somewhere in like Antarctica or like somewhere really far up north.
Alaska, something like that.
Well,
Europe.
yeah, somewhere really far up north.
And
Maybe,
cold.
like, probably chilling with Santa Claus or something. I don't know.
Himalayan mountains.
Right.
There's been plenty of movies about that. I mean, they're all sci-fi
But
movies.
for us to just go and say it's not real, I just can't believe that. There's too many species out there that we haven't yet
Without
discovered.
scientific proof.
Yeah.
Like global warming, we know that's real. There's scientific proof for that.
Oh, according to some people. It's
Not mentioning names. It rhymes with lump.
But
There's scientific proof. If there's no scientific proof that's saying something's not real or that it's gone extinct or that something shouldn't be the way it is, then you don't have any quality proof.
right.
I mean, if there's a DNA sample you gather and there's no known species on the Earth that it can match up to, I think that's good solid evidence that that's a species that has yet to be discovered.
Right. And what if they've been found, but people just don't want to tell us? They want to keep it a secret. What if?
That's true too, like the government, Area 51.
Right. I was actually going to ask you about Area 51 in our alien segment. Do you believe Area 51 is real, right?
I mean, the government, there's times the government doesn't tell us things. Like there's also a theory that the government knew about Pearl Harbor, but they decided not to tell anyone
Right.
for reasons to get America involved in the war, World War II. So, I mean, I do think the government does hide certain things from us.
Right.
Either well for our safety or for specific reasons that we are not exposed to.
Right. So do you believe that there's actual aliens in Area 51?
I believe there's aliens, there's weapons, testable weapons, and stuff like that. Like the experimental weapons that that could be used for some sort of extraterrestrial invasion for if that day comes. Knock on wood.
So, along with all the other
Milk.
along with all the other supernatural things out there, how do you feel about witches?
Witches, that's a bit more of a. It's witches. I'm not sure if they fall in so much more of supernatural or fairy tale. Because I know there's the comic book and TV movie series called Hellboy, where he's a demon and he fights demonic creatures or evil creatures that cause trouble for humans. In one of the cartoon specials, he does fight witches who also happen to be harpies in the same sense somehow. But I feel like witches fall into more along the lines of fairy tale. Because I mean, if you think about it, in Shrek, you see witches. There's witches. In Hansel and Gretel, there's a witch. All those movies are fairy tales. Shrek was a fairy tale. Hansel and Gretel's a fairy tale. In the Disney movie Tangled, there was that witch who abducted the princess. She was a witch as well because she used magic and stuff. So I do believe witches fall along the line of fairy tale rather than supernatural. What about you?
So people have said a lot of stuff about witches, but like, if witches were real, and I'm not saying they are, they aren't, but if they were, I feel like they would. There's some sort of demons. I believe maybe demons came and took over their bodies, and I don't know, like somehow they gained some special abilities from that. I'm not really sure. Witches are really just like something that I don't know how you could explain, like how that it just doesn't make sense to me. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this edition. But be sure to stay tuned for our next episodes if we have any. Hopefully we don't get canceled. So I'll see you guys later. For Billy the Shark, I'm Shawn, aka Lava Shawn, and I'll see you next time on next edition of The Adventures of Ghost and Other Supernatural Things.